Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 and another episode of our series where we're currently with Ajax in the Eredivisie. Now, there's been quite a lot of stuff going on since the last episode, which was this 1-1 draw away to Manchester City. We've gone through quite a few games since then. We've also had a little bit of transfer activity. You'll notice that this game was mid-December, it's now mid-February. There is the winter break in there as well, but if we just take a look at the transfer history screen, you'll see that players in, no real transfers. The ones we did bring in were Ilkay Gundogan on loan, which I thought was really, really good to be able to bring him in. He's a good advanced playmaker, he can do the box-to-box role. I thought if we get a key injury to Barrow or any of our main central midfielders, Van der Beek as well, he'd be a really good player to just come in and fill that gap. And similarly, I did the same bringing in Arkadiusz Milik, who is a fantastic striker, 17 finishing, and he can also do a decent job as a false nine. So I thought bringing him in would be quite good as well. He hasn't really been playing for Napoli, and so coming into Ajax, he can do a good job for us, especially as one of the players to leave was Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. He was on 50k a week. He's now left and he's on nearly 100k a week. We managed to get about $500,000 for him as well. As you can see, he wasn't playing many games for us. He's in his late 30s now, 36 or mid 30s. So he wasn't really going to get into the team, and I thought it was about time to let him go and just free up that 50 grand a week. That allowed me to also tie down a lot of players to long-term contracts. Onana's now in for the long-term, 4 years. Same for a lot of the younger under-20 players, all tied down for a good long stretch of time. And again, nobody came in for any bids for our players. The one who was most linked with a move away was David Neres. He was wanted by quite a few clubs, but nobody put a bid in for him. There was talk of a £77 million bid. Never actually came. I would have accepted that happily. I'd take 60 million for him, to be honest, because while he's a good player, there are lots of good players who can come in on that right flank as a winger. A lot of good, young, ready-to-play wonder kids who could fill that job and also make more profit for the club to be reinvested into key positions. So that's what's happened on the transfer side of things. We'll run through these games pretty quickly. So first up, we had VVV Venlo in the Eredivisie. It was a very comfortable win, this one. It's been very comfortable in almost everything up to now. You may have noticed that one defeat, which we'll come to shortly. But here, little corner in, ball came out, and Zaracho with a good effort from distance. David Neres, then he's been brilliant lately. Ball cleared out, came to Van der Beek, stunning strike, top corner, outside the box, excellent stuff. Still in the first half, Tagliafico's long throw, Neres, and what a little cute touch that was from Tadic past the keeper. And then near the end of the game, Zaracho, edge of the area to Ziyech. There was Tadic, what a curler, past the keeper for 4-0. A very good win. Now this is probably the biggest win I've ever had. It wasn't even a completely full strength team, and we broke a lot of records playing this match against OS20. First up, we score the fastest goal in Dutch Cup history. Marin through to Babel, and he has tucked it in. The keeper was shocking. Edouard, 4 minutes on the clock with a penalty for 2-0. Marin then with a corner. Martinez made it 3, 8 minutes in. Dest, 9 minutes down to Edouard. There was Zaracho to hit it home for 4-0. Dest again to Zaracho, back to Dest, into Traore, 5-0 inside 12 minutes. And then a little break without any goals before Babel hit down the left flank, tipped it in, keeper didn't come for it, and Edouard just punished them. He goes on to get 5 goals in this game. I left him on hoping he'd get the double hat-trick, but it never came. Here was Edouard round the keeper, easy finish. And then just coming up to midway in the first half, Ryan Babel, little through ball, defender should always get there, doesn't, keeper doesn't get there, Edouard does. I think that was his hat-trick. And then still in that first half, Edouard stealing the ball, drilling it in for his 4th. And then they actually scored here, which was a shock. First time they even got in our half. Van Leerdam with the goal. But we weren't done. It just made us angry. Edouard inside, Babel with the header. He goes on to get a hat-trick in this match as well. I think Zaracho gets 4. Babel out wide here to Zaracho. He puts it across, and there's the hat-trick for Ryan Babel inside the first half. Still in the first half, I think, here as well. As Zaracho attacks, then Edouard and Zaracho with the finish. And then we get into the second half. I think it was 12 or 13-1 at half-time, so not many goals in the second half as Zaracho puts that one in. Just 4 second half goals, so 12-1 at half-time. Taylor here, Kenneth Taylor, brought on at half-time. Zaracho gets his 4th, I think, with that stunner across the keeper. Then Gravenbach with the corner, Martinez with a cheeky little header. Great for padding the stats this game. And the last one, in it went, down to Babel, his shot blocked. Schurz just swung it in, and Lassina Traoré gets his 2nd. So 3 for Babel, 5 for Edouard, 2 for Martinez, the centre-back, 4 for Zaracho, and 2 for Lassina Traoré. And a little consolation goal with their only shot on target. 61 efforts, 33 shots on target from the team. An excellent win. And then carrying on in the league, it just doesn't stop. It's goals galore. This tactic and this team is so overpowered for the Eredivisie. But the title race much closer than you would think. But Van der Beek here, little run and another stunning effort from outside the box from him. All of his goals are coming with long range shots. He is our Steven Gerrard. And then Edouard, good glancing header into the far corner. Ziyech put it in, and Ruben Diaz scored. I think he's up to 7 or 8 now this season. Ball comes out in added time. Dest beats the defender, pulls it back, and Ziyech, all the time in the world to compose himself and snap it into that bottom corner for 4-0. And then we had a little friendly after the winter break just to get us back up to speed. A good 2-1 win over Dortmund, Neres and Tadic on the score sheet. And then Utrecht, the team that beat us, the only team that we haven't beaten, and they did beat us earlier in the season 2-1. So we went to their own backyard this time. Meyer to Peterson, and he drills it in for a 1-0 lead to SC Utrecht. And I thought it was going to be yet another disappointing defeat before Tadic did the old long throw header into the back of the net trick. Ziyech onto Edouard. He holds it up, and then Tadic arriving. Zoet got his hand to it but couldn't keep it out. We turned it round before half time, and then we just sealed it up before the hour mark. Van der Beek with the ball teed it up for Neres, and he finished as well. Zoet again unable to make the save. That's 2 goals that he let in there, but he didn't need to worry because we went there the very next match, a repeat of the one that came before. We had 28 efforts, 18 on target, and all the mistakes that Zoet made in the last game, he more than made up for it here. And I'd much rather have lost the league game than the cup game, but it was Kirk who got in, poor defending, good finish, 1-0, and that was it. We were hammering away. We could not get that door down. Ziyech did fantastic, 4 key passes for him in the game, but it just wouldn't work for us. So unfortunately we did get knocked out in the Dutch Cup, which is really unfortunate because it's one that we should definitely be winning out in the 3rd round. So we then just had to plough through a whole bunch of league games, never really in danger in the Eredivisie. It's been quite a comfortable run. David Neres doing very well for us. Edouard scoring almost every game. Ziyech here puts the ball across, and there is David Neres. 2, 3, 4th time lucky. He just couldn't get it in. Ends up shooting from just about every angle before he finally puts the ball in. 20 minutes on the clock when Blint plays in Edouard in behind. Classy finish from him, keeping Milik out the team. Tadic then has a penalty half an hour into the game, and then late on, Zaracho can't get the ball, Somerville through, and then Van Buyen pulls one back, but we do get another one just before the end of the game. David Neres with it, holding it up, comes to Lassina Traoré, and then after the rebound, Traoré pounces. I think that's his first league goal for the club, so very good for him to get that win. And then FC Emmen, I think we're up next. Is it them next? Where are we? No, Heracles next. There are so many games since we were last here. So Heracles Almelo were the next team up for us. And I'm now getting that problem you get when you are in a good winning run where the team are consistently complacent. So I've been shouting at them even though they're winning. Neres here through to Tadic, little turn and finish for him. He is the league's top goal scorer, Tadic. I think he's got 21 in the league at the moment. Ziyech on the attack, slipped it through. Edouard snapped it home. So even though Edouard is the club's top goal scorer, obviously with those 5 in the Dutch Cup, He is not the league's top goal scorer. I think he's actually third. Another screamer from Van der Beek there, hitting it from a good 30 yards into the back of the net. And then they did pull one back in added time, losing that clean sheet for Onana. He should have saved it. He only has himself to blame there, unfortunately. But it does mean that we failed to keep a clean sheet, something we've failed to do for quite a long time now. But this is about the time where we did bring in Milik and Gundogan. They both came in on deadline day. I was just looking through the transfer list for any bargains. They weren't on the loan list. I thought I'd just put my hand in there and I got them pretty cheap. Edouard here with the first goal. I'm not paying all their wages. I'm paying about 30-40% of each. So an absolute steal, really, for two players that will never be first team. Long throw here, comes out David Neres, stunning volleyed finish into the top corner. And then Andrus Milik, I can never remember what his first name is, but Milik comes through, wonderful first time finish from him to get off the mark for us and make it 4-0. Then against FC Emmen, finally 5-1 victory here, very, very comfortable. Again, we did concede a silly goal, but we got plenty on the score sheet. Tadic from the penalty spot. He did miss a few during this run, Tadic. He's not the best penalty taker. But here's David Neres back to Tagliafico, ball in, and Edouard again scores a lot of headers for us. Edouard, he's a classy finisher, he's got that high finishing ability. Tadic headed it down, Van der Beek this time from inside the box, but from the edge, does make it 3. And then we just miss a header. Alvarez totally switched off. That's part of that complacency problem. Onana doesn't make a proper save either, and Delieu does finish it. But then Van der Beek, just trying to clean up the game, finds David Neres, it's touchdown, and Milik makes it 2-2 for him. And then late on, or 70th minute, not that late, Zaracho with the ball out to Ziyech, inside to Edouard, and he does finish it off 5-1. Another very good performance from the team. And then the very last match to get you all up to date against Heerenveen. Not a challenge, really. We scored early and then we just saw the game out. We absolutely dominated it. Zaracho out to Ziyech. Only 9 minutes on the clock as he skips in the box and scores an absolute screamer inside that near post. Neres put the ball in. Ruben flicked it on and Tadic at the back stick. And then 95th minute, Edouard, header from a corner. We scored a lot of goals from corners. And Tadic did miss a penalty in that game. And that sees us winning comfortably in the Eredivisie. We're now 4 points clear of Feyenoord, but with a game in hand, they just drew. They've really been close behind us, as close as 2 points, a long way through this. And now we're just finally starting to stretch that lead up at just the right time. 34 games in the league season. We're 24 now, about to play our 25th. If we win this one, we do go 7 points clear. I can't see anybody stopping us. It will be back-to-back titles for Ajax. After a little break where we weren't winning them, we will be picking up the Dutch league yet again. But we need to win today against Vitesse. Following the match against Vitesse, we will play Shakhtar Donetsk. Only the 2 games in this episode. We got very lucky in the Champions League knockout draw, bringing out Shakhtar. By winning the group, we also avoided playing Barcelona, which was fantastic. So I'm hoping that we can actually make it into the quarterfinals and hopefully get a good draw as well, which could give us a place in the semis. So quite hopeful really for this season. We don't have too many games to play. We're going to be very fresh. Not a lot to be worried about here. I don't know why they've got Billy Gilmore in central midfield, Vitesse. Bazour there as well. A couple of good wonder kids, but they just won't have much to hold us back here as we just go out and look to get the win. This team has been fantastic. I can't believe that we've actually managed to hang on to it through both transfer windows. There's no one I've had to let leave. I have struggled to get David Neres to sign a new contract because of the interest shown in him by other clubs. I tried to pin him down before January, but he wouldn't have it. Tadic is in, but Lamprey with a good save. Not sure what to do with Tadic either. I'll keep him in the club until we can get a proper false 9 in. Because Tadic very good in that role. Ziyech here has got a knock. I'm going to take him off rather than risk him, given this just a league game. Push Zaracho up the field and bring Ilkay Gundogan on. Fantastic impact sub to have here. He's a world-class midfielder according to the game, and he has been very good for us. Milik has been brilliant to be able to bring on. He always scores late on, but he's not really the kind of player I'd put in a first 11. He doesn't fit either role completely, and also because he's not on our books, I don't want to overdevelop him at the expense of players who will be around for a couple of seasons and could develop. But we are struggling to get the lead here. 0-0 it remains. Might need to give a few little shouts from the sidelines to encourage the team to get a goal. We do normally score a bit earlier than this. Ball's cleared out. Charlie Masonda, former Chelsea player I think. Veltman's on a yellow card, needs to be careful. Ball comes back. Clark, tackled by Gundogan. That's what we brought him in for. And now İlkay Gundogan on the attack. He's got players to his left. He beats Bazur, puts it across, and David Neres gets his 10th goal of the season. Excellent work from İlkay Gundogan, and we do now have that lead that we really needed to get past Vitesse. Gundogan, excellent work to win the ball, ran down the entire length of the pitch, beat a defender in the box, swung it across to the 6-yard box, and there was David Neres just to nod that one in. 10 goals for him. I can see him definitely leaving in the summer. I don't think he'll be around next season. I'm thinking maybe Everton Ribeiro as a replacement for him if he hasn't already been snapped up by a big team. But there are lots of people you can bring in on that left flank. I could also look at bringing back Justin Kluivert from Roma. I know that he has been in and out their team for a while. I think he's unhappy, so potential siding there. Van der Beek out to Gundogan. Swings it in. David Neres is in, but it's been denied. Again, Gundogan doing good work, even though Neres was ultimately offside. Can look to make a change to see how this highlight goes first with Zaracho cutting across into central midfield. Very comfortable playing there. Out to Tagliafico on the left. He does have a man ahead of him and he slips it forward for Neres. Ball to the far post, and Zaracho had continued his run but was not able to get the finish. Now we need to take Veltman off. We can put Per Schurz out there, who needs a bit of game time. Might also just take Tadic off and bring on probably Penaranda. Not sure where Milik is, he must be injured. As Lamprow sends this one forward. Just need to hang on to the clean sheet. We do struggle to do that. Bazur out wide to Daza. Just playing neat little triangles for Vitesse at the moment. And there you go, another triangle completed. Daza on the attack. Comes to Bazur. He switches it and Grot is there. Ball in. Oh, very, very close there. Just snapped wide of the post. Glancing flick. Just didn't quite work out for them. Charlie Masonda ball in. Tagliafico away. Now Edouard on the counter-attack. Players to the left. Just holds it up there. And then it's blocked out for a throw-in. Billy Gilmore taken off the pitch. We've got 10 minutes to see out now. We've made all of our substitutions, just a case of waiting this one out really. They've not had enough shots for me to worry about going to balanced at this point. If they do score, it's just the way the game goes. I don't think going to balanced is going to help us with that. We just need to keep attacking and see if we can get that late goal, which we might do here. Tagliafico in and Edouard over the crossbar. But this is going to open up a 7-point lead in the league. We have played 25 games and won 24 games. It is an absolutely fantastic season. Utrecht down in 6th, the only team to beat us, which is unfortunate, but we do have a 100% winning record away from home, which is a very good stat to try and keep to the end of the year. As Neres attacks, just bounces around, Bazur's got it, and that's a foul from Neres. So we're just waiting to see if the whistle's going to be blown here. Don't want to concede late in this one. Clark with the ball. Come on, ref. There we go. That's a 3 points. A very commanding game for us, but we didn't quite get the goals. And I've just said the wrong thing to the team by accident. That's the trouble with trying to commentate when you're playing this game. But we now get to look forward to Shakhtar Donetsk, if I can get my words out, which will be a very exciting game in the knockout stages of the Champions League. So a few little changes for this game. Most importantly, Mazraoui back in the team at right back. Full fitness, which is what we need in that role as a wing back. He does get very tired very quickly. Alvarez and Diaz in the centre with Blint out on the left. David Neres and Ziyech in the attacking wing roles with Van der Beek and Zaracho in the middle. Tadic and Edouard up front. We do have Milik on the bench, so he could easily come on if we're still looking for a goal. This is the away leg. Not the scariest team from Shakhtar Donetsk here. A few players that we need to keep an eye on, but they're not as dangerous, I don't think, as they have been in previous seasons. So I'm expecting us to get the win here. If we can get a nice 2 or 3 goal win, I don't mind if we, win 3-2. But those 3 away goals would give us a lot of comfort going into the home leg. But at the moment, we're not getting shots or possession. We do finally get a couple of shots off, but it looks like the team not quite firing at the moment. Blint though with the throw-in, comes to Tadic, back to Blint, across to Zaracho, he switches it to Neres, there's Tadic, back to Neres who's cut inside, it's cleared away, Zaracho with it though, beats them, and he's flashed it wide of the post. Can just give him a little bit of a encouragement to put a bit more in the game at this point, because we're not quite playing like we would coming out of the traps. Ziyech though with the corner, and there it is, Edson Alvarez with his 6th goal of the season, nodding in at the near post, and we are 1-0 up in the knockout stages of the Champions League. A very, very important goal quite early on that could give us the confidence to go on and get a few now. It looks like the Shakhtar team looking a little bit nervous in places, which gives us a bit of an advantage. Could tell the team to get creative. If we can get a couple of goals here in the first half and really look to kill the tie, that would be ideal, as they look to come down the right flank. Ball sent all the way back to Pyatov, the keeper. Now Matvienko out wide to Ismaili. Attacking, he's a good attacking wing back, Ismaili. Ball comes back to Macon, but Zaracho's won it, and Tadic beats the defender. He's got Eduardo on the run, but he goes for Neres, who actually picks up the ball somehow. He then loses it to Stepanenko, although keeper being closed down. Clears it away. Tyson, very dangerous player, switches it for Bolbat. He's cut inside, finds Marlos, and he's wrong-footed Onana to put it in that bottom corner, and this is not going to be the easy game that I was maybe thinking it was, and could be about to be shown up by this Shakhtar team. Bolbat just pulled it inside, left back out of position, centre back advanced, too much room for Marlos, and Onana's beaten at his near post, which seems to happen a reasonable amount. Very disappointing goal to concede, especially in that sort of way. And now they have a corner as well. Could be about to be 2-1 down. Marlos with the ball in. Oh, it's off the upright, and we are living very dangerously. We just need to get through to half time so I can have a go at the team, because that is not the kind of half I was expecting. So I'm really going to have a go at them. They're not used to a bit of feedback like that. Ziyech though with a free kick. Oh, it's saved by Pyatov. Ziyech has not scored enough of those free kicks this season. He's only had one banger into the top corner, and that was way back in the start in a league game. Alan Patrick now. Out wide to Marlos. Cutting inside. Still going Marlos, and he's hit that one hard, but he's hit it low and wide. Now Shakhtar look pretty motivated. Give the team a little shout myself. Alan Patrick to Stepanenko, ball around the corner for Ismaili. It's come back to Tyson. Ismaili, Blink gets it away, but only as far as Marlos. And Junior Moraes has finished it for 2-1. We had our chances to get that one out, and we did not take them. It's now 2-1. I mean, Ismaili shouldn't have been able to get that off. We should have won that second ball. It was put in. Blint should have cleared it. Marlos shouldn't have been able to turn and shoot. Ricochet to Moraes. He reacts quickly. And we're a goal down now. I mean, we do have the away goal. I'm not too worried about that. I'd like a second one. But we can definitely turn this around at home if it does end up being a defeat. It's just going to be disappointing if we do. Losing this one. Ball cleared out. Pyatov has it. Looks to bring it forward. Potentially time wasting here. Ball goes out. Macon to Alan Patrick. Comes down to Tyson, cutting across, and he's just put that one wide. This team just not performing well today. I don't know what's going on. We're not in the possession. We're not having the shots. The team just aren't at the races. Ball goes across to Alan Patrick, now Stepanenko. And there's a risk that, we concede another one and then a late goal towards the end of the game. We're 4-1 down and pretty much out the Champions League. Marlos back to Bolbat. Marlos again. Bolbat. Blint looking for the tackle. Ruben Dias brings it away and just clears it because he doesn't trust his teammates. Now Bolbat with the throw in. I need to be able to have a go at the team. Moraes beats Blint. No, he doesn't. Good tackle. But nobody up there for us. Ismaili with the ball this time. Goes out to Marlos. Now Bolbat. Ball across and Tyson. Oh, it's gone in. Junior Moraes has done it. and we are 3-1 down. And I can see another late goal going in here. We need to be so careful. We have 20 minutes to go. Bolbat out wide here. Just put it across. Tyson with a header off the post. Ruben Dias didn't clear it. Onana made a mess of it. And the sliding Junior Moraes makes it 3-1. We've only had 3 shots on target. We're going to have to make some changes. This is absolutely dreadful from the team. Let's take off maybe... If we move Dusan Tadic there, we can bring on Milik up top. Zaracho can come off for probably Ruben Barrow. We'll just see if we can bring anything out of this now. Team not reacting well to the shouts either. Marlos with the ball back to Bolbat. He's tackled by Tadic, moved out to the left wing. Edouard's in there, but he's not found him. It comes to Mazraoui, now Barrow to Ziyech. Out to Milik, down to Tadic. Oh, he's hit the upright. He's just clipped to the outside of the post there and it goes away. Really need to get this second goal and close this lead down. Barrow puts it out wide to Ziyech. He's now on the attack. Ball out to Mazraoui. Tackle goes in. Mazraoui still with it. Puts it across. Edouard off the crossbar. And if we don't get this second goal, and then Shakhtar score early in the return leg, make it 4-1, we need 3 goals on the night. If we get a second goal tonight, a 1-0 win could take us through as Marlos puts that one wide. It really does make all the difference if we can get a late goal here. Mazraoui with the throw-in. Ball goes into Ziyech. And he's tackled. And that is a penalty. Ref's going to go and check it, but there's no doubt that's going to be a penalty. A very soft one to give away. And the question is, will Dusan Tadic score it? I think he's about 50-50 on his penalties this season. I'm going to leave him on it. I'm not going to do the old switch, because if I switch and the person misses, that's on me. If Tadic misses, that's on him. Let's see. We do get the penalty. Tadic is going to take it. He's top scorer in the Eredivisie. Tadic. He scores. It's 3-2. We're only 1-0 down. Or 3-2 down, but 1 goal down. Tadic, 26 for him now this season. And for once he's gone to the left instead of to the right. He has finished it. We have about 10 minutes now to try and get a last goal. Can we do it? Marlos puts the ball in. Onana claims it. Get the ball forward. We've got a few minutes to try and see if we can get the win or get the equaliser here. Ruben brings it forward. Ball out wide to Tadic. He's got players making a run. Tadic. He's still going. He finds Milik. It's blocked. Edouard is there. It's blocked again. Milik blocked again. We cannot get the ball in. We've got a corner. 3 minutes of added time. It's cleared away. Ruben Dias goes after it. He's tackled, but the ball runs to Blint. And I think that could be it. A really disappointing defeat. A bit of fight from the team to get those 2 away goals. But we should be winning games like that against Shakhtar Donetsk. It doesn't bode well for the latter stages if we're not winning those matches. And it also means we lose our first game since that FC Utrecht match. And there's not too many games to the end of the season. If we lose to Shakhtar in the Champions League, it's pretty much a straight run to the end of the Eredivisie. So what we'll do now is leave the episode here because we did have a lot to catch up on. We'll play these 3 games offline, and then we'll probably do the Shakhtar and Groningen games in the next episode, possibly Willem as well. But that will depend on whether we get through in the Champions League, so there'll probably be another tie between the Groningen and Willem games, so we'll see where we end up there. But if you have enjoyed this episode and all the goals that came with it, do drop a like on the video, make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. But until next time, see ya!